bench area become a dumping ground? Well, I'm going to transform it into this. Got the back all cleaned out. Got my Badlands wireless winch stuff here. The plan is to try and make a bench across here. There is existing storage. It's got some of my wheel stuff under there. I might take out these seats, make a bench, maybe make some shelving, modular shelving. Have a net on the roof to hold maybe my sleeping bags, blanket up there. Remove this funky Toyota drink holder way in the back. I guess if you were sitting over there it would be useful, but it's not very useful where it is. It's never been used. What I might do is take it out and put it in the back of the wilderness. So this is my base plate. I'm going to get some cardboard, draw a template for the base, and then build a wall, and then take a look at all the gear I want to take with me, and I'll show you that in a minute. But that's the plan, is instead of this being a cluster, I'm going to have it organized. Another option I was thinking of later is these windows. They don't do much. They open pretty much a little vent to the side. But what if we pop that out and made some sort of opening to access stuff on the shelf, the top shelf maybe. So I might have to look at that, maybe putting a hinge in there and building something that I can open up from the outside. That's, of course, it would have to be lockable. So that will be phase 2. Phase 1 is going to be, I want to get my recovery gear in here. I have a drone business, so one side I'll have my drone and equipment, landing pad, that sort of gear over there. And I'm going to make it modular so I can take things in and out pretty quickly. So that's the plan. Stick around if you're interested in a first gen rear seat delete and then some shelving put in. Let's go take a look at what I'm going to actually put in here. I think it's a good idea to lay things out, figure out exactly what you want to put in there. Most of this side is my recovery gear. I have a tow strap along with a tree strap. I've got my tire kit here. I've got my portable air. I want to be able to pull this in and out because I use it in a couple of different trucks. I love these Aussie stand tire deflators. You can easily air down your tires, and then this will air it back up with this portable via air system. Of course, I want room for my boots, tools, recovery stuff still, my axe. This area here is all my drone equipment, so I usually take a couple of drones with. And then sleeping bags or some sort of knitting system on top. I have a little fold-up chair that I use, front runner. Love that thing. I might build like a little slot for to slide a couple of chairs in. And then my tools. So that's about it. That's my plan, is to build something and have this totally organized. So my next step is to throw in some cardboard and trace kind of the base outline of that back of the Tacoma, and then I'll build a platform from there. So stay tuned. Okay, here's an update. Here's all the parts I've removed, all the seat belts and all the brackets, and then the rear seats, and then the panel, and just some trim. So that's what I've taken out, let's go check out the rig. Alright, so here's our base. Looks like we got, I took the drink holder out right there, so I've got somewhere to bolt the bottom base to. I've got my seatbelt bolt mounts, I can use those. So there's 4 on the base, and then there's also 4 along the top, 3 along the top that I can use. So I've got a method to secure my base and then my wall to the back. So I think next step is put some sound dampening at Dynaflex or whatever cheaper alternative I can find, possibly, and I'll do some sound deadening and then build my platform from there. Get some cardboard. All work and no play? Nah, that's not my style. Let's head up to Capitol State Forest and I'll show you around. Capitol Forest! There's enough cell towers up here. Well, here we are at the top of Capitol Peak. Let's get back to the build. Work on insulating the back of my extended cab area. I've got some kill mat. It's the cheaper version of the better product. Forget what it's called. I'll leave it a little annotation here, but this stuff is sticky on one side. You just peel it back. Make sure you use some sort of cleaning product. I'm just using rubbing alcohol on a rag and clean off your surface, and then stick her down and roll on. Make sure you get a good seal on the back, and that's my plan today, is to get some kill mat on this entire wall, and in the magic of YouTube it'll be done just like voila, she's done. I insulated the whole back panel now. That was kill mat, 80 mils, 18 square feet. And I have, boy, I've got 6 or 7 sheets left. So I had plenty to do that project. And the next step is I've made a cutout of my floor that I'm going to come out a little further to. I'll buy some maple, I think, and I'll cut it to shape. I'll make a cardboard cutout like I did, and I will install that. See you then. I'm going to speed up all my cutting. Basically, I'm just using a circular saw and a jigsaw to cut out my pieces for this project. Okay, after 2 or 3 test fits in the back, one of the issues is I wanted to pull these out and still access the storage in there, so I had to just cut that. So there we are, we have the base made. I'm going to put carpet on this, and then I'll have a support under here. Designed it so that the seats can go back as far as they can. And I'll give you the dimensions of this piece of maple. That's where we're at right now. Here's the dimensions for you. So the length is 52 3/4 inches or 134 centimeters by 22.5 inches, 57 centimeters. That'll give you a good base to start if you want to build your own. L bracket that I purchased just as a good starting point. I've already made some marks. I'm going to cut it and I'm going to drill a couple of holes that I need. I used a hole punch. Just going to drop a little bit of oil in here and get stuck in. Don't forget your eye protection. Here's where I'm at. I've got both of those L brackets in, bolted and screwed to the wood on both sides. And then I just added a support here. So this thing is solid now. I don't know if I mentioned, but this was a really cool tool to use to get these edges right in the corners. You can put it in there and it molds the shape of the corners. So that came in really clutch. And this thing is really solid now. So the next step is I'll bolt on the wall. Okay, well I've got the back wall in here. This is Cabela's cot system that I cut down to size. But you can see it's bolted in under there. There's a bolt. So there's 3 bolts on the side and a couple bolts on the bottom to hold the wall in. And here's the fun part now, is I get to create whatever storage system I want. I'm going to have my recovery gear on this side. I'm going to build a shelf right here so I can access stuff and put stuff on top. Got my water system here that I can run out the windows or through the back with a hose. And then my drone stuff and camping stuff are going to be on that side. I'll probably have a net, some sort of net system, so that I can put gear, whatever gear I want to use in there. So that's the plan right now. Here I'm using a Craig jig just to drill some holes. Okay, I've got pretty much the shelving and everything the way I want it. You can see that the jig that I used made it very easy to screw these in. I've got my water supply framed in, and I have 3 layers for stacking gear, all my recovery gear over there. And then this will be my drone equipment and some camping gear here. Got my axe sitting up there. So yeah, the next step will be to take everything out and carpet all the shelves. Okay, I'm going to use 3M glue, and on this one here I used staples, and I just used one whole piece to wrap around. That seemed to work out just fine. But this one's pretty complex, so I've glued each side individually, and then this 3M 90 strength glue seems to be working pretty good. Let's put this piece on. Gotta put glue on both sides. And then just let it get tacky. Give it a few minutes. Okay, here's this piece. That's that piece on. And I'm thinking of cutting a trim piece all the way around here. So let that dry for a second. There you go, we got two of the most difficult pieces completed. And then I'll just wrap the floor and the wall, and we'll be good to go. Alright, here's the two finished pieces, the wall and the floor. Wasn't easy going around these holes, but there's giving you an idea of what I did. You just have to stretch it. Give yourself some long kind of pieces to pull on and stretch and staple. Good shit, that's all the pieces finished, including this tough guy. So we'll just throw them in the truck and we're done. Finally finished. It took about a month to do this. You know, just during and after I worked in the weekends. But I've got it fully carpeted. I've got 3 rows of storage. I can get to the existing storage. I've got a bungee system here so that I can make sure everything's secured down for larger bags. Looking forward to using this Dometic water system. It has a cord and basically a faucet that attaches to it. So there we go, we got it done. If you want to follow along, my next project, I'm not sure when because I want to go camping, but I'm going to turn these windows into a gull wing entryway with a lock on it, and then I might even have another storage system built into the sides of both sides. So that's a future build. So Hit that like and subscribe button if you're interested in Toyota Tacoma mods, and I'll see you on the next camping trip. If you want to check out a couple of my existing trips already, I'll leave links at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.